100, filling the Civic Center boxing arena that was constructed just for this fight. And they are excited. Let's go to ring announcer Gordon Wood.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Laredo Civic Center Plaza, where Cedric Kushner Productions, in association with the city of Laredo, Texas, proudly present the Border Brawl. 12 rounds of boxing for the International Boxing Federation Championship of the World. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of this World Bantamweight Championship from Houston, Texas. He is referee Bobby Gonzalez. And now introducing the principals. First, the challenger, boxing to my left, out of the blue corner, wearing the red trunks from Sunderland, England, with a fine pro career, 25 wins, 5 defeats, 1 draw with 13 KOs, currently ranked #1 in the world by the IBF. He's the British Bantamweight champion. Let's welcome Billy Hardy! Champion, boxing to my right, out of the red corner, from Laredo, Texas, wearing the blue trunks with the white and red trim, and weighed in at a fit, fighting and ready, 118 pounds. He too, with a fine pro career, 27 wins, 1 defeat, 1 draw, 22 of those 27 wins coming by knockout. He's the current International Boxing Federation Bantamweight champion of the world, El Hijo del Pueblo, Laredo's favorite son, Orlando Canizalez. 12 rounds of boxing for the title, your referee, Bobby Gonzalez.
The referee, Bobby Gonzalez, gets them ready. Here's the weigh-in yesterday. The IBF weighs in the fighters the day before, and the challenger, Hardy, had no trouble at all, exactly 118 pounds, and he apparently came up to the weight. Canizalez had to come down to the weight, however. You see him here literally stripping down to 0 in order to make it, but he made 118. 25 years of age, the champion. And a little reach give up there by Canizalez to Hardy, but otherwise not too significant. Round number 1, live from Laredo. Hardy in red, the champion in blue.
Canizalez came right out and landed a good solid left hook, Tim.
Speculated that the hometown advantage may just be added pressure for Canizalez to look good in front of his hometown crowd, defending for the first time here in Laredo. For his part, Hardy said he would just block out the noise.
You know, Tim, he just might be right. There is a lot of pressure fighting in front of your hometown fans. But, you know, in talking to Hardy, I think he made a mistake. He says, well, I know that Canizalez can't hurt me. That's not a good attitude to go into a fight. Because if he thinks that Canizalez can't hurt him, he can hurt anybody, that kid. He nails you probably.
Canizalez knocked Hardy down with a body shot, the only knockdown of their first fight that went the distance. Split decision victory for the champion. Orlando Canizalez with 22 knockouts to his credit. You can see 12 of them have come early.
There's that good solid left hook to the body, Tim, and it bothered Billy Hardy.
There are many things to admire about Canizalez. He talked about his concentration in the ring, his attention to business, and one thing that always stands out about him is his great footwork. He is very good on his feet. He moves well and always gives the opponent difficult angles, and he can fire punches while he's making those moves. As for Hardy, I think the comment you made about him being a non-traditional stand-up British boxer is the most interesting thing about his technique. He can move well.
We noticed in that last fight, he has good lateral movement. He knows how to escape when he gets trapped. Good, solid fighter.
He bobbed and weaved well in that fight, defensively as well. And while his jab isn't classic, it was very effective in the first fight. Good shot by Canizalez, and the left hook behind it.
And there's that lateral movement to Canizalez, looking to set the guy up, Tim.
Round 1 scheduled for 12. Champion with 2 victories over tough Kelvin Seabrooks. Victory over Hardy by split decision. He beat Paul Gonzalez, a former Olympic champion, and that was revenge for an early loss in his full career to Gonzalez at a lower weight. Round number 1. In round number 1, as you may have noticed, the timekeepers in error rang the bell to end the round 10 seconds early. And a good shot by Hardy to open the second round.
Well, that's one thing about Hardy, Tim. When you throw a punch at him, if you hit him, if you miss, no matter what, he punches back. That's a good thing. And Canizalez does the same thing.
Well, in effect, they would both prefer to counterpunch. And it was Hardy's laying back in the first fight that eventually brought out some frustrated aggressiveness on the part of Canizalez, which he admitted to.
Well, Canizalez said that he thought that he had to knock Hardy out in the first fight, so he left his fight plan and fought with his face.
Big right hand by Canizalez, and it got a rise from the crowd.
That's that right hand we were talking about. He kept nailing Hardy with it in the first fight. Every time Hardy jabbed across his body like he just did then, Canizalez would counter with that right hand. There it is again.
Despite being knocked down with a body shot to the ribs in the first fight, Hardy showed he could take a lot of ammunition from Canizalez.
Well, Tim, he has been stopped in fights, but it's always been something where he hurt his arm or he was cut. He's never been counted out.
That shot was blocked. The left hook back was blocked by Hardy.
That's another good quality that Hardy has. He gets those hands up very, very quickly to block punches.
Down the pipe, counter back from Canizalez.
And you can see Canizalez concentrating in there, Tim. He's up to the mark, he's away from the mark, he's looking to feint Hardy. Here's that right hand.
That hurt him. Hardy is hurt. Now we'll find out about his stamina and conditioning. Canizalez after him.
And you can see Canizalez setting him up for that punch, Tim. Just beautiful.
Hardy doing the right things. Good movement, staying away, keeping the legs underneath him. Trying to recover from that punch.
Well, when you're in good condition, Tim, you usually can recover.
Another good left hand landed by Canizalez this time. There's that footwork by Canizalez.
And there's those angles, Tim. Stepping over to the side, coming back again. He's all over Billy Hardy.
Terrific concentration that you talked about. Eye on the target. Not overly excited here. And you couldn't blame him if he was. Hardy with a short right hand, but Canizalez with a right counter that staggered him. Hardy. Final seconds of round number 2. That hook landed by Canizalez. End of round number 2.
How do you feel?
Big round for the champion, Orlando Canizalez. Let's go back and see that key punch.
And there it is, Tim, right over that left hand. But I like the way he set him up for it, Tim. He went up to the mark, away from the mark, and then bam. Just see it coming.
Hardy getting some attention in his corner.
He's 1-2 and move. You're waiting too long.
Yeah, you're slow, Bill. He's too quick right at the moment.
You heard his trainer, Richie Smith, saying you're waiting too long. Richie Smith from Johannesburg, South Africa. Hardy's been traveling over there to train under Smith for his last several fights.
You start winning, do you hear me?
Manager Denny Mancini from London. And the Canizalez family, the immediate family, Orlando's wife Berna and their new 7-month-old child here at ringside, along with his parents. Round number 3. Champion in blue, Hardy in red. Sellout crowd outdoors here in Laredo. They'd love to see a knockout by their man. There's a big right hand by Canizalez again.
Tim, it's those right hands over Billy Hardy's left hand. There's Hardy punching back when he gets nailed.
Ended with an uppercut. Winging right hand by Canizalez, and now there's a cut at the corner of the left eye of Hardy.
Doesn't look serious, though, Tim.
Another left of the year. Canizalez fighting with a passion here in round 3.
Well, certainly the pressure of fighting in front of his hometown fans is not hurting Canizalez. Looks like $1 million in there.
More blood from that cut. Appears to be at the top left-hand corner of the left eye. Another right hand landed by Canizalez. Hardy backing up now. Punishment really starting to show. Some defensive work in that exchange. Left of the year. Down goes Hardy. The left hand of the year.
Tim, he actually did a somersault in that knockdown. That was some knockdown. Beautiful left hook by Canizalez.
Hardy trying to cover up here and punch back. Canizalez on the attack.
Well, now the fans can see why you said he's one of the best pound for pound, Tim. Certainly does look it. Goes to the body, goes to the head. He's throwing every punch in the book.
Hardy with a good left jab, finally stopping Canizalez' assault. Hardy looks alert. He's come back well from the knockdown. Big right hand again. That staggered him, but he stayed up.
Tim, one thing he has is courage.
Hardy throwing punches back.
There's those angles by Canizalez, though.
Hardy throwing punches here in the final seconds. Round 3, a big left right under the ear. And you saw the challenger Hardy do a complete somersault. Live here in round number 4.
Tim, Canizalez has found a target for that right hand. He just keeps throwing it over Billy Hardy's left hand, and invariably he connects with it.
Cut at the left corner of the eye of Hardy. That has not been a factor, however.
Well, Denny Mancini's a good cut man, Tim. Been around a long time.
Hardy surviving the knockdown and a big right hand that came with 30 seconds left in the 3rd round. And coming out reasonably fresh here in round 4. By Canizalez.
You notice he doesn't get excited at all, Tim. He landed that big right hand. He's still looking to set him up again for the same punch.
Much better performance through the first 4 than he had in Sunderland, England, first time they met. Good combination scored by Hardy. And Hardy gets a warning for using his elbow. He really didn't land it. Trying to fend off Canizalez. He missed him altogether. Hardy still bright-eyed.
Orlando has to say to himself, what do I have to do to this guy to get him out of there? Because he's still throwing punches.
Well, I think we've seen the great conditioning by Hardy in evidence here. Even though it's early in the fight, he's taken a lot of punishment, still looks strong. Is not worried about this 100-degree heat. Let's see as the fight develops. Hot and humid Laredo, Texas, with television lights to add to the temperature in the ring. Laredo's in the hottest spot in the nation the last couple of days. Winging right hand by Canizalez that time. Handed to the left ear. And there's a good combination by the champion.
And again, it was starting.
Left ear, and there's a good combination by the champion.
And again, it was started with that right hand over the left hand, Tim. Time and time again.
Hardy continues to punch back each time. Should point out that he is not a big knockout puncher. Hardy with 13 knockouts in his 25 wins.
Timmy's being hurt by body shots now, and he looks like he's tiring. Billy Hardy, that is.
Good solid left jab from the champion. Big right hand.
Over the jab again.
And a left counter back from Hardy that scored. We're in the final seconds of round 4. A live look at Laredo Civic Center, a fight ring constructed for this IBF Bantamweight Championship. Hometown hero Orlando Canizalez against the challenge of Billy Hardy from Great Britain. Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy bringing you the action on CBS Sports Saturday. Next week, Charles Murray, Terrence Ali, 2 top 10 junior welterweights. We'll go at it on CBS Sports Sunday from Rochester, New York. Hardy coming out strongly here in round 5. We should point out that on our scorecards from the first fight, Gil, we had it 3-1 Canizalez after 4 rounds. We've given him all 4 rounds here today, but you can't count the challenger Hardy out of this yet. He came back to a near draw in the first fight.
And he is some tough guy. Taking an awful lot of punishment in this fight, and he's still there, still snapping out that stiff jab. And that's the jab that busted Canizalez up in the last fight. He could hardly see when the fight was over.
Hardy gives a lot of credit for his improvement as a boxer to his new trainer, Richie Smith, who'd been with him for about the last 5 or 6 fights from Johannesburg, South Africa, former Transvaal province champion and a pro in South Africa, now training several fighters over there. Hardy travels more than 10 hours by air to train for his fights with Richie Smith.
And you had mentioned earlier Orlando's footwork. Look at the beautiful footwork he has, Tim. Side to side, circles around. There's a kid that can do it all.
Canizalez trained by Jesse Reed since he turned pro. Started his boxing here at the age of 8 years old in a neighborhood gymnasium. And has gone on to a world championship, as has his brother Gabi, former WBA champ, now the WBO champion. We're in the 5th round, under a minute to go. Canizalez appearing to rest a little in this round, and Hardy taking advantage of that.
Well, this Canizalez always has a trick up his sleeve, though, Tim.
And he just landed a right hand to the chin.
There's those angles again.
Beautiful move, ducking under the left, landing a left of his own. Canizalez, final seconds of round number 5. Gabi Canizalez working the corner of his brother, the WBO bantamweight champion, former WBA champ. Newer World Boxing Organization, not considered with the same credibility that the other 3. It's just added to the confusion in boxing. Now there are 4 champions, but it doesn't discredit the effort of Gabi to win his 2nd bantamweight title. And joins his brother in that department. They proclaim they will never fight each other, so you won't see them try to unify those 2 crowns. Round number 6, Hardy in red, the champion in blue, Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy in the heat of Laredo, Texas, over 100 degrees at ringside for this title fight. Scheduled for 12. Good combination by Hardy, didn't move Canizalez.
And Denny Mancini's done a great job on that eye, Tim. There's no blood at all. You wouldn't even know he was cut.
Body shot from Canizalez. Now starts to work there again. It was a left to those ribs on the right side of Hardy that sent him down in the first fight.
I'm surprised that he hasn't gone to the body more in this fight, Tim. Should have learned something in that first fight, but we can't fault his performance. It's just about been perfect up to now. dangerous. Orlando throwing that uppercut from outside, Tim, especially when Hardy throws that sneak right hand as he just did then.
Uppercut starting to become effective for Hardy. A little blood from the nose of Hardy as Canizalez lands a left right on it. Combination scored by Hardy again.
Looks like he's getting tired though now, Tim. All of a sudden, Hardy to me is wearing down. And I know he'll be throwing punches no matter what, but just seems to be a little tired.
He blocked the last combination from Canizalez. Hardy appears trying to fire shots right down the middle now. Trying to get inside the blows of Canizalez.
He shortened up that right hand quite a bit.
And he just scored a good combination and snapped back the head of the champion. But Canizalez counters and backs up Hardy. Solid left hook. Drove him backwards. Now the sun breaks through again.
There's those left hooks to the body that bothered Hardy so much earlier in the fight.
Right hand lead by Canizalez landing.
Well, that's open all day, Tim, that right hand lead.
Counter left just scored. Hardy will not let up. Firing punches in the final seconds of round 6. Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy live from Laredo, Texas on CBS Sports Saturday, the first of our Budweiser boxing series. It's been a dandy into the 7th round. The champion, Orlando Canizalez, defending his IBF bantamweight crown. He's in blue. He's had the best of it, scoring a knockdown in round 3. However, challenger Billy Hardy from Great Britain continues to stay there and fire away, showing his stamina and his grit. And we gave him round 6. The first round we've given the challenger.
And Tim, you knew you had pointed out earlier that Orlando Canizalez' corner is in the sun. And believe me, this is a hot sun. That may take something out of Orlando.
Over 100 degrees at ringside, and the sun pouring in on that side of the ring. Corner of Orlando Canizalez.
You know, and his Hardy never stops throwing punches. And as long as you're in front of him, he sticks that hand out.
And he landed a good left hook lead. Sneaky punch from Hardy that scored.
This is where he had Canizalez last round against the ropes. He scored well.
Canizalez doing a little resting over there.
Hardy does not let you rest, though, Tim. He's always working.
Blood from the cut over the left eye, not a problem for Hardy, and some blood for the nose, from the nose. As we mentioned in the first fight, Canizalez had the best of it through 6. The second half of the fight belonged to the challenger. He wound up a split decision for Canizalez. He scored a knockdown in that fight. And Hardy has managed to take the crowd out of it a little bit here, Gil.
Yes, he has, Tim. And Orlando is not nearly as aggressive as he was earlier in the fight, Tim. He better not make the mistake of looking for one punch or just get out hustled.
A sellout crowd of 5,500 here at the Civic Center.
And Orlando keeps shaking his head, Tim. I don't know whether it's to get the water out of his eyes or to let Billy Hardy know that he's not hurting him.
City of Laredo participating in this promotion of this fight has done a fabulous job. Fans from both sides of the border over here to watch Canizalez in his first title defense here. And Hardy just missed with a big right hand down the pipe. He set it up beautifully. Canizalez digging back to the body. And now Canizalez complaining to the referee about the elbow from Hardy. Maybe a cut at the corner of the right eye of Hardy now. Final seconds of round 7. Pretty good round for the challenger. To gain bantamweights, continuing to give it all. And you can see the sun streaming in now as it's been in and out since about noon, but it's heavy right now through overcast skies earlier, and pouring into the corner where the champion sits. We've toward the last 2 rounds for the challenger, but Canizalez well out in front. There's brother Gabby in his corner, watching and encouraging his brother Orlando.
Hardy set up a beautiful right hand that time, but Orlando was too smart for him, beat him to the punch.
Good combination by Canizalez.
Now you see him feinting against him, looking to set something up again. He's never loses control in that ring.
And a good left sends Hardy down. Kind of a half uppercut.
And that's it.
Right to the point of the chin.
He followed it right.
Knockout victory by Canizalez.
It's a beautiful combination. He followed the right hand with a left hook to the chin, Tim. Set it up beautifully. And you have to give credit to Billy Hardy. He tried every bit of fiber that he had in his body.
Well, and we had just given the previous 2 rounds to the challenger, but it was to be the champion's day. Orlando Canizalez, 5,500 delirious fans, with the exception of the contingent from Great Britain, here in support of Hardy. And they're attending to the challenger, Billy Hardy, and he looks like he's all right. You can see a gesture of disgust on his part, unhappy that he left himself open for that rather sneaky left hand by Canizalez. It was somewhere between a hook and an uppercut. It had a lot of power on it, and it sent Hardy to the canvas for good. And there is Mama with her granddaughter, the daughter of the champion Orlando Canizalez. Here's the knockdown again, Gil.
Take a look at it
Right
again.
hand lead, and then that left hand coming up from nearly the floor.
That's right. He set it up, Tim, with that right hand, back with the left hook. That's those combinations, Tim. Never throw one punch. There's the right hand, there's the left hook. Always come back with that left hook after a right hand. And boy, did he knock him out. You know, he's never been knocked out, Tim. Never been counted out. This is the first time.
Well, a game display by Billy Hardy. We'll be back to talk to the champion here in Laredo, Texas, live when we return in a moment.
You looking for some good times?
From ring announcer Gordon Wood.
The time, 1 minute, 8 seconds of the 8th round. Referee Bobby Gonzalez counts out Billy Hardy, the winner by knockout, and still the International Boxing Federation champion of the world, Orlando Canizalez.
Orlando Canizalez and the beaten Billy Hardy. Orlando. Can you turn him around this way, please, Jesse?
Get my baby.
Orlando wants his daughter with him here. Here she is. Okay. We'll see if we can get a comment from her. Orlando, how important was it for you to win by a knockout in front of your hometown?
Well, you know, I was in great shape, and I was ready for it. It was real hot. You know, he had a big major factor in this fight, but I was ready, and it was really important to win my hometown.
You were certainly both in outstanding condition for the fight, and I know when you knocked him down, you thought, well, maybe he's gone, but here's a guy who just won't quit. You had to come up with a bomb.
Well, I didn't think he was going to quit. You know, every time I heard him a couple times, and he would always fight back. Every time he would fight back all the time. And you know, I thought he was going to get up. He's a game fighter, and he's a drill fighter. I thought he was going to get up, but you know, I'm so excited.
Your baby isn't as thrilled with this as the rest of your fans here.
Well, she's kind of really, she's hot, and you know, she's looks afraid of everybody here.
It's understandable. Congratulations to you, Orlando Canizalez, IBF champion, and we're looking for our challenger here. If we can get a hold of Billy Hardy. We've got the challenger here, Billy Hardy. We can find a camera for him. Billy, this was a different fight than the first one, obviously. He landed a tremendous shot to stop you, but we had just scored the 2 previous rounds for you. In that sense, it was going a little bit like the Sunderland fight.
Yeah, we thought we would stay in the later stages, but obviously in the first half of the fight, he set a tremendous pace, and we had to go with him. We had to try and go with him and overpower him in the second half.